Hi, so today I'm really happy to have Ashley Stewart here. I've known Ashley for a number of years. When I started at Glen Carbon, she was the director at Caseyville, and my staff have stocked her library while she was there. And last year, she made the change from being a library director to being a campaign strategist for EveryLibrary. So I wanted her to come and talk about that for today.
Yeah. Thank you. All right, so I believe this is a PDF, so I'm going to see if I can scroll.
Hey, just go with the arrows.
Just okay, perfect. Okay. Hello. So I'm Ashley Stewart. I was the director of the Caseyville Public Library District. You'll see another slide of all the different roles that I play, because as we know, when you sign up for one committee, a lot of people will ask you to sign up for more and more, which is all great and good. I have been a Rotarian for the CMC Rotary Club for the past 6 years. I'm a past secretary for the club. And then, like Christi said, I moved over into a position of a political action organization, a nonpartisan political action organization for libraries. So I'm going to go into what we do. As we know, literacy is one of the focus areas for Rotary. And so you may not have known that there's lobbyists for libraries. So I'm going to go into a little bit of what we do. So EveryLibrary, we have participated, this was from our last reporting. We participated in 133 elections since 2012. We have secured $2.8 billion in funding for libraries. We have an 86% win rate, and we're 100% pro bono. So we're able to go in and provide campaign support for libraries pro bono, thanks to our corporate donors, our private donors, individual donors, and some of our coalition partners. So as we know, libraries help with the workforce, return on investment for communities, and all of the great things that libraries offer. So that is what we do. Our team, we're a pretty small team, we're nationwide. So we do other projects as well, which I'll get into, like some other civic engagement and democracy projects. And so we do policy think tank, so that's our institute side. So again, we have our 501c3 side and our 501c4 side. So me, you may have seen me in different roles within the community and in the county. Again, I was the former director in Caseyville. I'm a Collinsville Township trustee. I was an adjunct professor at SIUE for social work. I started to supervise social workers in libraries. And then from there, it just kind of continued. And then you start to get asked to do different roles in the community. Knowing when to say no is kind of sometimes the hardest. So then EveryLibrary, our 501c4 side, any library funding challenge anywhere should matter to every library everywhere. And that is our motto and our vision. And so again, it's how the libraries impact your community, both you could say on all different dimensions of wellness. So financial, physical, mental, all of the ways that libraries impact your community. Our institute side, again, is our 501c3 side. That's our library policy think tank side. So we do a lot of training. We're able to go in and train library boards, library systems, like our Eleanor Heartland Library System, but it's our charitable side. We look at different policy philosophies or different things that we can look into. For example, could libraries tap into cannabis revenue? Could libraries tap into tourism revenue? We're just looking at different ways on how we could help fund our libraries. And we know it varies by state, but that's one of the things that we're looking into. Those are just examples. And then a couple of our other initiatives right now, our Libraries 2024 is, we know that libraries are the anchoring institutions for civic engagement. It's getting people registered to vote. It's getting, sometimes they're polling locations, just getting people more informed and involved with politics in general. And so our Libraries 2024 platform is how we're going to help go into libraries and get them ready to encourage that civic engagement. And we know, I think Madison County, the last voter turnout, it was like under 15%. So we really want to get people involved in any way, just to get involved. We need to get, increased, especially our younger people. The vote library side is where we go in and train the libraries as well. So again, it's all civic engagement. The mission statement for the library's 2024 campaign encourages all Americans to be civically engaged, registered to vote, and informed about issues affecting their communities, especially public and school libraries. And I should mention, it's not just public libraries, it's school libraries, it's special libraries, legal libraries, any library is what we help fund. We do have a fight for the first. So anytime there are some censorship issues happening, we want to make sure that communities aren't getting sued. And so trying to save taxpayer money that way. So we do have a fight for the first where it goes in and it provides guidance and explanation of what people legally can and cannot do, just to, again, make sure that there's no lawsuits coming back to the community because nobody wants that. And then it just shows people around the country fighting for the first, which is really great to see when communities come together to protect our libraries. So some of our coalition partners, I couldn't list them all, but any way that we can get people civically engaged and follow the law, if that's the US Constitution, if that's Illinois state public accommodation laws, whatever that is, again, we just want to make sure that people don't have to pay for lawsuits and people are doing things legally. So we have several partners there. And then in case anyone's interested in who donates to us as far as our corporate and vendor donors, it's basically when libraries succeed, the vendors succeed. So it's DIMCO, it's publishing companies, it's authors. The Nora Roberts Family Foundation donates to our institute side. So again, when libraries succeed, authors succeed, publishing companies succeed, vendors succeed, training programs succeed. So that's how we're able to offer our services for pro bono. Our 2023-2024 National Ambassador is Julia Quinn. So if anybody is watching Bridgerton right now, Julia Quinn is our ambassador for this year. So it's really exciting. She's been a wonderful ambassador for EveryLibrary. Recent publications, we do have our own journal. If anybody is interested in what we are starting to look at, we've provided written testimony. We've done anything you need to know about politics and libraries, then it's all there. Reading recommendations, I couldn't be a librarian and not provide reading recommendations. So we look at all different ways on how we can help with campaigning, getting people involved, the psychology of politics. One of my best simple definitions for politics is aligning your mission, vision, and values with your budget. And how can we convince other people of our mission, vision, and values? How can we work with other anchoring institutions and units of government as we develop our mission, vision, and values? And so when we go into the communities, that's what we're doing with our libraries, is taking that time to look at your strategic planning. What are ways that you can work with other units of government? And then we have so many links if anybody's interested in following either our 501c3 side or our 501c4 side. And I am available for questions or however you need me. Yeah.
How do you see technology? I think libraries, maybe 5, 10, 15 years, it seems like really cool. With the digital and everything like that, and days going, by the beach and all this stuff.
Yeah. So digitizing for libraries, we have a whole bunch of people that do the apps. We also have, like you said, the digitizing for the historical records and all of that. Statistically speaking, a lot of people still love the books though. Like they just want to be able, even younger populations, and I know Christi, you probably have looked at all these stats with me, but when we go to purchase materials, we're like, what is getting checked out the most? And a lot of it is still the books, and the kids are so used to being on technology all day. You might be able to vouch for that. A lot of them will go to the hardcover and paperback, the physical books. So especially when we try to say, turn off your devices, it's a way to switch it over. So. Yeah. Did I answer that about technology? Okay, perfect. Okay, good. Yes.
So my question is kind of similar to Steve's, but here we have a great library. I like to check out audiobooks and stuff like that. But what do you think libraries should do to engage people so they can keep coming there?
Okay, interesting. When I started working here, your library usage doesn't always equal who votes for you. Like if the library is doing a funding initiative, which I think is fascinating, because we have people in our community, and I can vouch as a former library director, I would never see them in the library, but they would vote for the library and vice versa. We would see people in the library all the time, but wouldn't necessarily vote for a ballot initiative. So it's just really fascinating. That being said, libraries are always evolving. Right now, a big one is homelessness. How can libraries address some of these issues with the homeless community? Substance abuse. A lot of librarians are getting Narcan training. It's just, we're always trying to evolve to meet the community needs. And that's why having those conversations of library directors with school superintendents and police chiefs and just getting everybody at the table, it's so important. And each community is so different. Yeah. Yeah.
Who, are you employed by EveryLibrary?
I'm a contractor, yeah, with EveryLibrary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a lot of dealings with the Heartland and the
IHLS?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we had two gals come and speak one year and they were like a comedy routine. You know who I'm talking about?
Possibly.
Two main girls there. And if so, are they still there?
okay, maybe. Was it
hilarious.
Leslie and Ellen? Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Talk about lines.
Oh, yeah,
Well, and it's driving the folks back and forth to Springfield.
yeah. Any other questions?
So who's your biggest donor and why do they give you money?
I don't know who the biggest donor is. I think it's everyone, it's the value in literacy, the value in having that anchoring institution that is literally everyone can walk through the door. And just access to information is so important. All information, access to all information is so important. Us as we were laughing at the table because we have reached out to every political party. We're working with multiple campaign strategists for all political parties. And we learned that there is a pirate party. So if you ever are interested in a pirate party, political party, what did they say? They're radically centrists is what they said. So, but the point is, what everybody loves, you know, everyone loves libraries. So,
One more.
yeah.
This is probably going to upset people.
Oh,
Okay, the fact that librarians are getting Narcan treatment, does, I mean,
The training.
trading. We're not. Yes. Why maybe wouldn't want to come in if that's the type of, what they're gonna be subjected to is somebody that's ODing over in the corner, like, oh, I'm not gonna bring my kid up there for a reading party, you know what I mean? Like, is that a problem? Do you have a lot of
It depends on the library.
departments in the library?
It also depends on, like right now, when it's super hot, they seek refuge in the library because it's a cooling center, even if it's not, yeah. So I have not seen it to the point where people have not come to the library because of it. I think the unfortunate reality is right now you're gonna run into that at Walmart, at the bus station. And I think having people trained actually provides some sense of security or sense of relief if they know that people on site are trained to handle it. Some libraries have resource officers available in their library so many hours a week. It just, again, it just depends, but yeah.
Kind of a follow. It's not just like people in the library, but now a lot of libraries are also partnering with, like we partner with Chestnut Health.
Yes,
So
yeah.
that are a distributor of Narcan for people who may have a loved one that they're worried about it. They can come into the library, they can pick up a box of Narcan, so if their loved one ever has a problem, they are still able to have it. I carry Narcan in my purse now, because you just never know.
Are you giving them training when they come to pick it up?
Yeah, Chestnut has a little training, boards that we give them that we can give them with the Narcan. Because it's very easy and it's very safe. And so, it's better to have it in more people's hands than for it to be something that is specialized only in the ambulance, because a lot of times by the ambulance, by the time the ambulance gets there, the person's may not be able to be resuscitated, it may already be too late.
I think I saw, yes.
Yeah, I have a, I have the digital subscription developed at Edwardsville and my farm line.
Yeah.
And so, but I'm finding that every once in a while there'll be, someone whose books that I really enjoy reading, and then I go back and then they're gone. You know, I can get on Amazon and buy it, but I can no longer get them from the library. So, how
But
does that work? Because the subscription run out.
That is an issue that the libraries have been having with publishers when it comes to, like, if you're talking about ebooks, right?
Yeah,
Because most ebook licenses are now only 1 year or 20 checkouts. After that, they expire. So,
It's a battle with the publishing companies.
it's all the publisher's fault.
Yeah.
does it cost me to renew that?
Yeah, usually about $60 to $80 per.
I'm reading I've read most of the Bill O'Reilly's killing books, and there's 2 or 3 that I have, and I thought, I'm gonna go back and read those books, now I can't get them.
One statewide update, which is nice, is relating to this topic is the purchasing power. If the state goes in and negotiates those rates, they have more power to negotiate those rates. And so other states have already been doing it. Illinois is currently working on that right now. So then that way, all of the small libraries don't have to pay as much because the state would be able to negotiate those rates for us. Thank you so much, everyone.